Welcome back to another episode of the 100K AFL season previews, where today we look at the Bombers. Oh boy, you know that I've had a bit of history with the Bombers the last few years. Now, they've cleaned out a few players, they've brought in some young kids. Some of the young guns I'm pretty optimistic about, but yeah, I'm excited to have a look at the schedule. I would love to know what you guys think of my review in the comments. So can't wait to hear back from you. For everything else, you guys know where to find us at 100K Sports, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram, of course. See the Bombers fly up. Enjoy the episode. Welcome back to another AFL season preview, where today we sit down and we go through the Essendon Bombers, Jev. These have been very well received, especially the last couple of pods. We've had a couple of good teams. Today, we'll let the fans go through that. Jev, it's good to be back.
It is great to be back, Das. I always find it funny, the teams we end up with. So you're you're doing Essendon today. You're a known Essendon hater. You're not the biggest fan. I'm very interested to see how you go about it. If you've got anything positive to say.
Yeah, Again, this is the best thing. If you haven't been listening to our season previews, in previous years, we both do every single side, but it's been so good to sit down. Jev does one team, I do another. I purposely do not look at any of the teams that he's looked at. Like, I don't even look at them on social media. I want to come in with a blank canvas.
Here we go, the Bombers. I've been hanging to hear about the Bombers. Let's go ins, outs, how they went last year. Tell me about the Bombers.
Well, before we start, I literally just got a message then. Oh, sorry, it's in the group chat. Our good man Nida, he just said the Bombers are making the 8. He must be watching Essendon Fan TV. Well, strap in, Nida. Let's have a listen. So last year they finished 15th, Jev, with a record of 6-17.
Crap.
So let's see if they got any better. In Cillian Burke, I'm not even going to pronounce his name because it will sound wrong. Jacob Farrow, Braden Fiorini, that's a nice pick. Braden Fiorini's in. Sullivan Roby, Dyson Sharp, they're the two kids that are meant to be really good. On the way out, Alan Davey Jr. delisted, Sam Draper out, Todd Goldstein delisted, Ben Hobbs delisted, Jaden Laverde delisted, Lual delisted, Jai Menzies delisted, and Dylan Shield delisted. So they've gotten rid of some core players.
They've gotten rid of guys that play every week.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a totally new Essendon this year. I think Laverde plays every week. Luau played, I don't know, maybe 12 games last year. Hobbs plays. Shield plays. All these guys play. And I like this sometimes. Like, get them out of the building because you're going to pick them if they're in the building. That's why, like, when the Hawks are... yeah, anyway, you keep going.
So, yeah, it's a bit of a clean out, and I'm not too sure. So let's get into competition A graders, Jev. Now, you have to put him here, don't you? He's been spoken about as the biggest player, the biggest trade all off-season. Like, he was getting more noise than Charlie Curnow. It was the trade that went down the wire. Zach Merritt, when he's been spoken about, like 20 first-round picks, he's 33 years old, 3-time All-Australian, 6-time best and fairest. But I will have him here because we have to, like the way he's spoken about. But I won't be angry if anyone says that he's not coming into the year. Do you remember how he started the year as the best player in the AFL?
Yeah.
Literally started as the best player.
What do you have? Top of the pyramid.
26-2, 36-4, 34, 37, 26, 25, 35, and like it just went on and on and on and on and on. But again, when we're talking about competition A graders coming into this year, again, is Zach Merritt the yardstick when we say competition A graders?
No, I think he's a bit better than that.
Okay.
I think he's clearly a comp A grader.
Okay. So I just wanted to go through, but how many players do you say above? Like, how many players do we go down in a competition?
I'd say about the 14.5, 15.5 line.
All right, would you take Dacos or Merritt?
Dacos.
Bont. Nas. Would you take Errol or Zach Merritt? Ongoing on your list. Ongoing. Take age and everything.
Oh, just Errol.
Zach Butters.
Yep, Butters.
Hugh McCluggage.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, probably.
Bailey Smith.
Nah, I'll take Zach Merritt.
Okay. Finn Callahan.
Finn.
Jordan Dawson.
No, I'm going to get in trouble here. Probably Jordan Dawson.
Matt Rowell.
Will
Ashcroft.
You're already putting me under the bus. Yeah, Will Ashcroft.
Sarong,
No, I'd take Zach Merritt.
Noah Anderson,
Noah.
Ed Richards,
Zach Merritt just.
Tom Green,
Zach.
Chad Warner.
I'd take Chad, but
That's what I mean. It's a fine line.
it's a fine
So
line.
that's what I'm saying. I have him as a comp A grader, but I'm happy to hear that he's maybe just on the cuffs coming into this season because where he's playing, again, I'm just saying I'll listen to it. I
Yeah.
still think he's a Jet. He's elevated the side so much over the last few years. His ability to be able to impact in a fourth quarter has been like one of the highlights of Essendon. Like it's been fourth quarter Zach time and he just goes to work. So he's the only comp A grader. Then we go through position A graders, Jev. So Jordan Ridley when he doesn't have a torn quad.
I reckon you're about to say they have none. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. Because I'm like, Jordan Ridley when he doesn't have a torn quad, but he always does. So I can't put him in there.
Yep.
And then you'd put Nick Martin in here because he can sort of do everything really well, but he's out for the season. So we can't talk about him as a position A grade. So I don't have anyone. Then we go straight into notable role players. So these are the two that would be the next best on their list, in my opinion. Sam Durham and Archie Roberts. They're the next best up.
Yep.
Durham's a good midfielder, pretty good tagger. Like, he's a go. Like, he has a crack. Archie Roberts, I really like. I reckon they're sculpting him into, like, a really good half-backer. Like, he has a crack and he's not afraid to make a mistake.
Yep.
Watching the back end of last year, he was trying to bite off some kicks. He's trying to run. So I think it's very promising when you look at him. Under that, Braden Fiorini will be one of their better players.
Yeah.
He will be.
Yeah.
And then under that, these are just role players. Jai Caldwell, Darcy Parish. We don't know if he exists. When he was playing a few years ago, I could argue he's one of the best clearance players in the AFL. He finds the ball in the middle. He can go from inside and get the ball outside to other players. But again, he's not playing. Kyle Twangford, again, he was almost All-Australian 2 years ago. He had a really good season. Unfortunately, can't get his body right. Ben Mackay, he's a role player at the back line getting maximum money.
Yeah.
Mason Redmond's a role player. Peter Wright's a role player.
Oh my God.
So they've just got a heap, like even the captain now that I'll get into, McGrath, he's a role player. He has to step up. But again, when you look at this, Jeff, it's not pretty. Would you agree?
No, it's not. It's like those players are proven that they're not upper echelon. So
No.
I think you're a little harsh on Sam Durham. I like Sam Durham.
But he's not a position A grader.
But if his position is competitive beast that like Essendon fans just need to get behind, he's a position A grader. But he's not a top echelon midfielder. No, he wouldn't be a top 30 midfielder.
Well, we had, as we said, comp A graders, but they're position A graders. So if we're talking midfielders, I can go through that list again if you want.
He wouldn't be a top 30 midfielder, no.
No, so he's a role player. Like he's good, but he's not a position A grader.
And you're gonna get we're gonna get ripped for this, but they've just clearly proven they're not good enough, as a whole, as a list and everything. And so that's why you add your Dyson Sharps and you add your Sullivan Robies and you've drafted Nate Caddy and you hope Kako comes on, which I'm sure you're about to get to. So what are you up to, young guns?
Yeah, so let's get into young. So what was meant to be Nick Cox, Archie Perkins, Harrison Jones, but it just hasn't panned out how the Bombers had hoped. Let's take a look at the next crop. So I want to know from Bombers fans, are you still buying stocks in Elijah Sardis? He was an absolute ball magnet in juniors, under 18s, like 35, 45 touches. Like he was so good. I remember his first game, he came on, I'm pretty sure it was against West Coast, but I just remember it was at Marvel. His disposal lets him down a little bit. But again, I just feel if you're so good at like the under 18s level, and look, sometimes it doesn't pan out for guys, but is there a way that they can get him to take the next step? Are you still buying the Elijah Sardis? I'm still going to give him the benefit of the doubt for one more year. I want to see him improve and try and take a little bit of leadership into the midfield. But, Jev, this is where it does get a bit exciting coming up forward. So, Nate Caddy, Isaac Kako, Sullivan Roby, I'm not sure exactly where he plays. Dyson Sharp, but I'm assuming these guys might push forward a little bit. Archer May, he's big. And I know this guy's a little bit older, but Liam McMahon, he was on Carlton's VFL list. He came in. That's a pretty exciting forward line over the next few years. Caddy, Kako, Archer May, and Liam McMahon. So they're like your four big pillars, I guess you can work around. Peter Wright's obviously still there. I'm just talking about more of the younger guys, but they're guys that can hit the scoreboard. So I think if you look at that mid-forward end of the ground, that's pretty exciting.
Yep. Nah, it is. It is. You got to bring guys in that excite your fans, and they have. They've got those guys for sure.
So, yeah, they just need to get the ball down there and be able to trap it in. You had Isaac Kako Nate Caddy had a really good game up at the Gabba last year. Remember when we thought that they were going to steal it?
Yeah, he ripped that game to shreds.
And he's just like, you feel that this is the year that he's going to have. He reminds me a bit of Max King. You know how Max had just like, everyone's still waiting for him. I know he's been so injured, but like he'd have a game or a glimpse and like, here's Winks. Here he goes. Feels like Caddy's just going to really take it by the scruff of the neck this year. And, have a few big games. But that's the biggest positive, I think, coming into those young guns that, look, they do have a fair few picks, but they've just got to get this crop of kids right as they move forward. But let's have a look into the coach captain, Jev. So Andrew McGrath and Brad Scott. It was definitely the right decision to get rid of Merritt as a captain. Anyone that wants out of a club can't be the one to lead the club. Now, we know it's a business. We know jobs happen. If you want to go leave your job, you don't get the job, you come back. The boys will welcome you back with open arms, but you can't then be the guy that leads the club. You're just a worker now. And look, I know the fans are going to be fine with it. I'm fine with it. Like, Zach Merritt's is going to play this season. You know he's going to give it all year because that's what he does. And he'll probably look to move at the end of the year. But I think this is the right decision. But it's pretty crazy that this is Andrew McGrath's already his 10th season in the AFL. Like, time flies. He can accumulate the ball on games, but for his whole career, he's pretty much averaging just like 22 disposals, Jev. Yeah. So he needs to become more damaging, as I said before, needs to break a line, needs to see if he can bite off a few more kicks and start to take over a fourth quarter like Merritt did. Again, he pretty much just has to become Merritt. Like, that's the sort of play that he has to do, a little bit more confidence in the game. But coming into Brad Scott's 4th year as the Bombers coach, 11 wins, 6 wins. So he's currently going at 41% as a coach for the Bombers. They lost their last 13 games of the year by an average of 41 points, which is concerning.
They lost 13 in a row.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, we just get by 41 points. So every week, and I know this isn't how it works because they played St Kilda close, but on average, if you looked at the line, over under, they're getting 40 points.
Yeah.
And they still lose, which is concerning. So, which gets us pretty much into the strength of schedule. Jev, if I said the Bombers... Actually, no, I'll let you comment on that first. What are your thoughts on the captain coach?
Oh, it's weak. I'm not a big Andrew McGrath fan at all. If you redid that draft, he's going 3rd at least. Hugh McCluggage is going 1, Taranto's going 2 in front of him. It's been the great debate. He's clearly the 3rd best player out of the 3 of them. And I'm not a big Brad Scott fan either. But there is that weird thing with the Bombers where is Brad Scott in control of the club, or is the old boys, the old Essendon firm, the board and stuff in control of the club? And it's super weird and no one knows. And apparently it's an old boys club. And Brad Scott's trying to, like, the way Chris Scott runs Geelong, he's probably trying to run Essendon like that, but then it leaks into the media that it's not working that way. No one knows, and it's a disgrace. Anyway, I'll get to more in Essendon later, but yeah, keep going. I want to hear about the schedule.
So, if I said to you, Jev, if the Bombers are 1-9, is Brad Scott fired?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, with this new Mark McVeigh, yeah, he won't last 1-9.
Oh, with Andrew Walsh?
Andrew Walsh, yeah, that's it.
So, if the Bombers are 1-9, he's fired. All right, let's go through the schedule, Jev. First 5. They got the Hawks, Port at Adelaide Oval, North at Marvel, Dogs at Marvel, Melbourne at Adelaide Oval.
God. It's not that I thought it'd be a little harder than that, but it's going to be hard to beat Port over there. North at Marvel they can win, Melbourne at Marvel they can win.
Okay, so potentially 2. But also potentially...
They can easily lose as well.
Okay.
Melbourne at Adelaide Oval, sorry.
Then they got the Suns away. The Pies at Anzac Day. Then they got Brisbane at Marvel, GWS at NG, and then they got Freo at the MCG.
That's a 5-game losing streak.
So, if they don't take North at Marvel, who we think have to be better.
Yep.
And Melbourne's probably the one, that could be 1-9.
And Melbourne could be fine as well. Oh, God. Yeah, I can see an optimistic view. Yeah, it's tough. It's bloody. It has 1-9 written all over it.
That's the first 10. Then they got Richmond, West Coast, Carlton, Melbourne, North. So that's a good stretch.
Okay, yeah, that's a good stretch. Yeah,
That's a good stretch. And then after they got St Kilda at Marvel, Brisbane at the Gabba, the Giants at Marvel, the Hawks at the MCG, Adelaide at Marvel, Geelong at GMHBA, Swans at the MCG, then Port at Marvel.
Yeah, it's better. Like there's wins and losses in there. It's sprinkled. It's like 50. I'd say that's a 500. If you said 8, I could see 4 and 4 there, 3 and 5, 5 and 3.
How many? So are they beating St Kilda?
Well, you and me love the Saints at Marvel this year, so no.
Brisbane?
Nah.
Giants at Marvel?
Nah.
Hawks at the MCG?
Nah.
Adelaide at Marvel?
Nah.
Geelong at GMHBA? Swans at the MCG?
Nah.
Port at Marvel?
Probably.
So that's 1. So I don't know where you said that they're going to find the sprinkling of those wins after that 5. That's 1.
God.
So that's 1 at the end, maybe 2 at the start, and then if they could win 5 in the middle, at a best.
So you think they're like at best a 7-win side?
Yes.
So judging off that schedule, and I know you're about to give the floor of wins and the ceiling of wins, it feels like it's going to be a 7.5 line, just off the top of my head. So what have you got their floor of wins at?
Absolute floor, 4 wins. Absolute ceiling, 8 wins. Line, 7.5.
So the line is 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see it as 1 and 9 to start, a little 3-4 game win streak in the middle, 1 maybe 2 at the end, and there's your 7. There's your 7-8. Fuck.
Where do you feel on the 7?
Oh,
This is I'll say this now. This is the hardest schedule.
you've looked at.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not even
God.
kidding. I'm not even kidding. That first
You're leaning under. You're leaning under.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% under.
You're burying the under 7.5 on the Bombers.
I can't see them getting past the Hawks. If we think Port is still fresh at the start of the year,
Yeah, at Adelaide Oval. Port aren't losing the Bombers at Adelaide Oval.
North, like again, who knows? They can definitely get that. The Dogs, I think, who are still going to be good, and Melbourne and Adelaide Oval. That's go get them.
50-50.
Then it's the Suns. The Pies are still going to be good on Anzac Day. Brisbane at Marvel, the Giants, and then Freo. They're all teams that we think are going to be like 10 plus.
Man, it's a tough schedule.
I think that run home though, St Kilda, Brisbane, Giants, Hawks, Adelaide, Geelong, Sydney.
They're all going to be in the 8. The
I
8
think
last kicking. When we play Essendon once a year, we beat them. If it's twice a year, they might sneak one.
I feel the last 2 years, like I was genuinely like, I hate Essendon. I want to shit on them. But I don't. I just feel they've had a cleaner. I feel they've got a lot of real young kids, and I'm actually not shitting on them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going through. I just genuinely think I haven't said anything bad about any of them. I just think that this is a very tough schedule for this Bombers team.
Who in on their list is in their absolute prime? So like Zach Merritt is. Let's just say he's on the back end of his prime, but still a gun because he's such a professional, right? Sam Durham's in his prime.
Caldwell, Perkins.
Jordan Ridley should be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cole Langford.
Ben Mackay probably should be.
Yep.
I'm just thinking like, because they're going to bring young guys in the side, which is great, but it's like, I said this last year, they're bringing in the young guys for the future, but they've got probably 8 guys that are ready to win right now. Then who's their ruckman this year? They got rid of Draper. They've retired Goldstein. Who's their ruckman? That bloody
Nick Bryant
or
Vicentini. So
that would be that'd be the 18th best ruckman in the league, wouldn't it?
So this is the only thing. When they went on that, remember when they were 8-3 the other year?
Yep.
So Sam Draper playing the lights out.
Yep.
Ben Hobbs was there about. Laverde was still a contributor. Jai Menzies was kicking goals for them every week. Dylan Shield was a player. Jake Stringer was also in the side. He's your goal kicker. He's your big target up forward. Like he was your big X factor. Where are they getting that now back into this side? Nick Martin also, Jev, he's out for the season.
Not playing.
Arguably is their best player.
Yeah. Like they're going to say Caddy's going to explode this year. They think Caco's. Yeah, they think Caco's going to kick 30 to 40 goals this year, hopefully. I'm starting to... Oh, yeah, I want to see it with Caco. I wasn't super impressed, so I can't wait to see it with Kako. Is Merritt going to be all in? Like, that cloud is looming. Are we going to see the most all-in Zach Merritt either? They need, for them to be, I hit that over, they need Kyle Langford and Jordan Ridley to play every week.
Yeah.
For one. They can't have injuries. We need to see Darcy Parish 20 times.
Yeah.
They need to try and win a rising star with Sullivan Rovey or Dyson Sharp.
And I'm so excited to see these kids. I've seen nothing of them. And apparently
it looks like Dyson Sharp is the sort of guy they've already got to lock out of the weight room. Like, if he walks past the weight, he puts on size.
Great. I'm excited to see these guys. So, Bombers fans, again, I haven't done Carlton yet, and I've been watching some kicking of us at training, and I'm telling you, I'm not going to have just all rose-coloured glasses on when it comes to the Blues. I've been trying to look at these teams legitimately as I go through. I just think if I stack this is why when I said the other year, the Hawks would be better than the Bombers. That's when the Hawks are doing shit, everyone's like, you're crazy. But I just think if you go backline for backline on another team, who are you picking? Midfield for midfield, forward for forward, coach for coach.
Yeah.
I don't think they're ticking
many boxes
over most sides.
Yeah. And I've said this, I'd love to know, like, what would they be doing in pre-season? Where would they be? So, like, we say this. We think of Brisbane's pre-season, and they just know what it takes.
They're firing on all cylinders.
They come back fit, and they're just tweaking their game plan and just getting better and tightening the screws a little bit. I think of Geelong. They'd have their pre-season down to a fine art. This is the expectations. You come back fit. We train like this. They'd be on and off the track in an hour. Where then we say West Coast. What are West Coast doing this preseason? Are they learning to defend as a team and move the ball quickly so they can kick a couple of goals? But then they're not even thinking about, like, 2-minute situations. Like, when there's 2 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go, and you're up by a kick. Like, they've got so much to do. Where are Essendon at in their preseason? Because they've got young guys, prime guys, older guys that have been there forever. Are they playing like they're going to be down 2 goals in a final? Or are they like, this is the basics, this is the standards, we're defending like this is how we're kicking the goals? I have no idea how the Bombers would be training in their preseason.
I think it's a really good way to look at it. It's like, exactly. Like, what are we looking at? While you look at the top teams, it's like, how are we fine-tuning? Like, if you think when Adelaide come back, it's like, hey, we just lost 2 home finals in a row.
Yeah.
So we had the position to be finished on top.
Yeah.
What are we fine-tuning? We're not giving a brand new binder with, like, this is the game plan. It's like, no, we know the game plan. How we fine-tune Collingwood the last few years, like 2-minute drill. What else? Brisbane? How else? Brisbane are actually like, we've got the plan. What else can we add to it?
Yeah. And so, like, when you say the Crows, you go, well, they're probably training closer to Brisbane than they are to West Coast. I want to know, like, the Bombers would be training closer to West Coast standard than they would be Brisbane standard. Like, would the Bombers be doing much different than North Melbourne? If you went down and watched Bombers train and North Melbourne train a full preseason, would it be much different? Probably not.
So North's line last year was 5.5, and it's 7.5, wasn't
it's
it?
7.5 this year.
And you said that's an absolute, like,
that's an under.
Who do you think will win more games this year, North or Essendon?
Oh, God. Their schedule is just so hard, as you said.
I'm not even... Again, this is only why I think this is the main reason for the Bombers. I genuinely think it's the hardest schedule.
Yeah.
They've got that middle 5 games, which are great. Like, go win every single one of them. Absolutely.
But if they're 1-9, they could quit in the season.
Exactly.
You know, they are an injury-prone side. They could get to the Tigers at the G at 1-9 or whatever, whenever they play the Tigers, and Zach Merritt could be missing. Jordan Ridley could be missing.
And they're the frisky. I'm telling you, the Tigers only get a couple of primetime games that they're going to be like,
steal a couple.
Kids, let's go.
Fuck. I have no idea who's going to win. They're probably both going to win 6 or 7, aren't they?
So you go under?
Yeah, I think I am. I don't want to be harsh, but I think I'm leaning under just because we go through so many good sides, like so many good teams.
Yeah, I think I'll go the under.
I think they can have a really good 7-win season.
I think they
with
can
all the
play,
young guys.
You know, I think they can play some really good footy, but I don't think that they're going to do it for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be really good in patches. Like, they might get smacked in the first quarter. So a team like Geelong puts fucking 40 on them, and then they win by 40. It's just like, I just don't think that they can hold on with that talent on against all the other sides. Happy to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Happy to be proven wrong. I'm just looking at this at who they've got out. The guys, as we said, that almost played every single week. Most of them aren't there.
Yeah.
So you're trying to build that on-field, just confidence with one another. Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of questions answered. Like, will Brad Scott be the coach in 2027? Like, if you had to take a guess, I'd say no.
Yeah, I'd say no.
Or will they be a 9-win side? It's like, nah, everyone saw the improvement. They debuted all these kids. You can see the future. It's like, nah, Brad Scott actually got a hold of this list, and it's like, there it is. We can see it now.
Do the Bombers make the wild card round?
Yeah, do they finish 10th? Crazy.
Is it the Blues that are shit? I'm excited.
I'm excited. The Blues or the Bombers?
I just think that I think it's going to be tough. I think that, like, the Bombers eventually they're going to work their way out of it. I think this will be the worst year of it all.
Okay.
I think this will be the worst of it, and then it's going to go back up. I think where they get once Merritt's out, more fresh in, more Fiorini.
No, I disagree, but I think it's going to be it's going to be
do you
tough.
Do you reckon they've gone through the worst of it?
Well, yes, and I reckon they could get worse, but have better young players playing every week. They could look like North when they had Sheasel, McKercher, George Wardlaw, and all these guys. But like, it could be like Ridley could request a trade at the end of next year as well. So it could be Ridley out, Merritt out, Langford out. Ben Mackay's on the back end of his contract, but then they're playing 10 young guns they're excited about, sort of thing.
For sure, but this will still be. I just think. Yeah, they can look like they're going in the right direction. This is the year.
Yeah.
But this will be the worst performance.
So have you got a best bet? Have you got a best bet that can get the Bombers fans excited?
Yeah, well, if you're a Bombers fan, you got to take the over 7.5, don't you?
For sure.
And I just had, because I don't know if any midfielders are going to make All-Australian. I don't know if Zach Merritt's going to be there all year, but I just had Kako and Caddy to combine for 50 goals.
I reckon have a Bombers player to win the Rising Star. I reckon they're so bullish on Sharp and Roby.
Okay. Well, let's go Bombers.
Over 7.5.
Player to win Rising Star. Done.
A Bombers player to win Rising Star. Bombers over 7.5. And then, some sort of goal kicker market.
Just Kako and Caddy to combine for 50.
I love it.
Combine for 50.
Yeah.
Get it done. Yeah.
35 and 20. They should.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think so. Bombers, I apologise. Again, I'm in other years where I'd usually say you guys suck, you guys are shit. I'm not saying this from a point of hate. You guys are shit, but I think it's I think it's going to be a rough year. I think it's going to be a rough year. I think you're going to be on the bottom end of the ladder.
I think this is going to be received horrendously, this podcast.
Maybe.
Horrendously. Oh boy, we're going to get some sharp feedback. I want Bombers fans to come with some bets they want to go head to head with me and Das on. Do you want to have a slab on the over under 7.5? Me and Das will take the under. We'll send you a slab if they go over.
Yeah.
Do you want to take Blues win? Who wins more games, Bombers or Carlton? Das will take that bet. Yep. Who wins the head to head later in the year, Swans or Essendon at the MCG? I'll take that bet. I want if we're just wrong and you think we're just bang on wrong, I want you to come with some bets to us in our DMs, in the comments. We will take some bets. We'll keep some receipts. I'd be keen.
I would be way more bullish if they had Merritt out and they got a new coach in.
Merritt out, a new coach in, and one more kid in the top 20 picks.
And then they came into this season with like a fresh start. Again, we just talk NFL, but just like, you got Ben Johnson, you got a new coach in, we got a few new pieces. It's like we're rolling out something fresh. Just from what I saw last year, I don't know. It just looks like, as you said, it looks like that Brad Scott he's not able to play the Bombers how he wants. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be
I've said this before and I'll say it again. And I've saved this right for the end of the podcast. I don't think we'll ever see the Bombers win a premiership in our lifetime. I think they're that far behind the competition and will be forever.
Jev.
I don't think I'll ever see the Bombers win a flag.
Jev, stop stoning them.
They're the New York Jets. It's like telling me the New York Jets are going to win the Super Bowl or the Washington Wizards are going to win the NBA. Like the Essendon Bombers are going to lift the Premiership Cup. I don't think I'm ever going to see it. Just because the way their front office is run, no one knows who's in charge, unless it just clearly changes this year. And did you say Andrew Welsh? It's Andrew Welsh's footy club, and everyone knows that. But I just don't think I'm ever going to see it. They're so far behind.
Honestly, Bombers, good luck. I just think it's going to be a tough first start. Again, in the middle, get excited, go to the games. Back into the...
We're going to lose all our followers, all our Bombers followers from this.
Alrighty, that was the Dockers. That was the Bombers. We will see you in the next one.
Peace.
What are you prepared to lose today? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.